Okay, welcome back to the person who watches all my videos. If you're here by accident or some other reason, you're also welcome. Today we're going to have a look at doing the back braces on this Spooky guitar back. I've already marked out the approximate placement of our back braces. First thing we're going to do though is put some back strips along the back. Just make sure I position the center line of these spruce pieces so that they match the center line of the joins. And this is a 4-piece back. You don't often see that, and the reason I'm putting the spruce on there is because they like to put it on 3-piece backs, so I figure a 4-piece back wouldn't hurt. The back's been sanded down to about 2.5mm now. And you might notice that the arms of the spooky tree are a little bit asymmetrical on this side. That's why I chose the other side. They're nice and symmetrical on the other side. That'll be the proper back. One other thing you may not notice about this, but it is quite a 3D image. When I apply lacquer to it, it's going to come quite well in 3D, which makes it even more special. I don't think we even need the spruce pieces there, but I'm using them anyway. The amount of stress on the back is nothing compared to the top, and you don't put a spruce along the joint of all the way along the top, but it doesn't hurt. At least putting the spruce strips on first allows us to get them in a nice straight line. When you put the braces on and then put the spruce strips in, it seems to be a little bit harder. So I like doing it this way. Of course they're pretty soft, so I put a little piece of wood strip over the top so it stops them from being dented too much. I give it a little bit of time to hopefully let it set slightly, but it doesn't always work out quite like that. It likes to move a little bit. At least that one holds in place a little bit better. get rid of any excess glue as much as we can. And let it dry. Next day, it's dried. You can see the top has moved quite a bit. Of course, it always wants to move in the opposite way that you want it to move, but we'll fix it up. It's about 40% humidity now, so it's working. It should work quite well. Now the braces I use, I've carved when it's too humid to do a lot of guitar work. I carved about 30 sets of braces last year. They're approximately for a dreadnought, but I'll just trim them down a little bit later on for an OM size like this one. I like doing it this way rather than putting the full piece on the guitar then chipping away. This way there's less chance of me chipping into the wood. Okay, just uses this as a bit of protection so that I have a fair idea of when I am about to hit the actual back piece wood. And I've gotten pretty good at this these days without doing any harm to the back piece. And I like to use a little saw, very thin blade, Japanese saw, and I really like it these days. I also use the same one to cut the tenons on my necks. I prefer doing them with this little saw than I do by routing them. I think they're made by Suzanne or something like that. As I said, quite enjoyable, and you can get them very accurate. Cutting just a little bit inside the lines at the moment, and I'll come back with a chisel and clean it up. Nope, wrong size. That's better. Just a little bit wider. No, you don't want to use that. Get the chisel. Yes, that's better. Okay. Fits nice and snugly. Maybe a little too snug, but we'll get it. All the branches have been sanded to a 33-foot radius, which I use on my backs. Okay, they're pretty well all done now. Just clean up any tiny leftovers of spruce or glue. Alright, back to the go bar deck. Okay, all that's really left now is to glue them in place and let them dry. Again, just clean up that glue seepage. At the time of doing this video, the weather's not so good for making guitars. It's become quite humid, and it looks like it'll be like that for about a week. So we probably won't get much done. I might just work on the neck. See you next time.